out and play against some of the best players in the world, including Corey Deuel, Marlon Manalo, and many more on Seminole Florida Pro Tour. Watch for the Seminole Florida Pro Tour coming to your area.
All right, thanks for joining us, everyone. This is Ray Hansen, also known as Big Truck, and I'm here at Hollywood Billiards in Hollywood, California, for the Seminole Pro Tour stop here, and it's going to be an awesome one. Joining me in the booth right now is Chris,
otherwise known as Spanky.
Yeah, Spanky 79. Spanky 79 from the internet chat room is joining us here live. Also known as Chris, but you'll never know him by that. Just call him Spanky. You'll be all right. Spanky, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Awesome, man. We got a good match going here. This is a one loss side match here between Alex Laski, and you know Alex, don't you?
Yes, Alex Laski. He's a friend of mine. He's from the Temecula area. He's an up and coming player. It's going to be a tough match between him and Hunter. Hunter's probably got the edge on him, but in experience. But with the race of 7 alternate break, anybody can win.
Is it alternating breaks? I thought it was winter breaks.
Is it winter breaks? Oh, well, winter breaks. That's even tougher.
Yeah, Hunter Lombardo, I guess originally out of the New York area, now residing down in Florida.
I've seen him play a couple times. He's a real strong player. He played down in the Mez event at Hard Times a couple weeks ago, and he did fairly well in that tournament.
Yeah, we've been getting a little bit of interference from something here in the building on the audio here all weekend. We apologize to everyone. Appreciate your patience. We are still working on it. Don't be shy on the input. It helps us to get it right.
So, which are they using a certain rack? I didn't see a certain rack they're using.
Yes, we're using the Delta 13 rack here on the live table. Also, Delta 13 has become a sponsor of the Seminole Pro Tour, and they will, at future events, we couldn't get them here in time, but they will be using the Delta 13 racks on all of their matches.
They do a lot for pool, for a lot for the streamers. They're a good company.
Very good company. Terry and Kyle Taggart up there are awesome, and it's really a great product too. I mean, it's not something you're just representing because they're supporting pool. I mean, it really is good stuff.
Well, looks like we got a pretty tough shot on the one here. Try to kick safe, and on these tables, nothing happens. From what I've heard, is this cloth plays a little slow, so it tightens up the pockets quite a bit.
Right, it is, and they seem to be getting tighter as the weekend goes on.
Interesting. Because usually once it gets worn, it tends to open up the pockets a little bit, but it is. I think it's only been on a couple days before the tournament started.
Right. Well, the players were saying the exact opposite. Actually, they were saying that the balls would tend to skid a little bit into the pockets a little easier with the brand new cloth.
And are we using call pocket rules?
No.
No. Okay.
No, it's more of a Text Express type rule.
Okay.
They are limited to 2 short cue attempts during the match. They can jump unlimited amount of times, but short cue twice only.
That was a very nice shot.
Yes, it was.
Looks like he has to. It's either a jump or a one rail. There really isn't a whole lot here.
Right. Joining us in the on the internet chat room there, we'd like to welcome everyone to the show. See, my buddy Amanda Lampert is with us. Hey, Amanda.
Hey, how you doing, sweetheart?
Amanda, top player on the women's tour over in the OBQ Tour Stop. I believe they've got an event coming up in Texas as well.
I believe it's middle of June, like that.
Yep, somewhere in there. End of June, towards the end of June.
Amanda, go get Ashley and wake her butt up, tell her to get on the stream.
Yeah, so we need a little hell on heels action this morning. No, you won't see her this early. Oh, actually, it's
Well, it's about 2 o'clock over there.
Yeah, that's true. A couple more hours, she'll be up.
Looks like we got a tough shot on the 3 to get to the 4.
Yeah, you got a little funny
He
angle
can
here.
play the short side. He might be able to play the 410.
Really wanted to get underneath that 3 ball. He ended up on top of it here. Have to travel a little.
Died on him. Looks like that 9 has the edge of the 4. It's hard to tell. Might be able to stop the cue ball right there and play safe. That's what he did.
Not a bad shot at all.
Well, that kiss really helped him. Left it real tough.
Well, Spanky, it's awesome to finally meet you.
You too, sir. I appreciate you having me in here. This is actually a good time. I've been looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's cool. We got a player on the table that you know, Alex.
Yes.
Laski.
Actually, I was hitting balls with him last week. He actually invited me to come out and stay with him because he was going to stay here for the tournament for a few days, but that kind of fell through. It's kind of a long drive for me, but I'm glad to make it out here.
Yeah, I'm glad you made it.
Looks like he's trying to spin at one rail. Well, from here it looks like the 6 ball's the next problem ball. If he can, looks like he's probably going to have to play safe on the 6 ball.
If you're just tuning in, this is Ray Hansen, also known as Big Truck, and I'm joined by Spanky79 from the internet chat room here. And he's here in person live. We're here at Hollywood Billiards in Hollywood, California, for the Seminole Pro Tour stop.
For those of you who haven't been to this room, this is my first time here, but it's beautiful. They have 2 stories. I haven't been upstairs yet.
Awesome, awesome facility. I love the layout.
Yes, this downstairs facility is very nice. And it's nice because they're only playing the event on the bottom story, so all the tables pretty much play the same.
Right.
And for those of you who've heard the problems with the cloth, there really isn't a problem. It's actually, the players say it plays very well, and it doesn't look bad at all. It really doesn't.
No, it looks great in here.
Makes it a little more of a club feel, that darker color, not as much brightness.
Right.
But they seem to play real well.
Yeah, I think the bigger issue is with the chalk.
Yeah.
Red dye traditionally is harder to get off of things, and that seems to be the bigger issue than the cloth. The cloth plays great.
I'll tell you what I use. I use a magic eraser, just a regular dry magic eraser and a piece of leather, and it seems to take everything out of my cues. So I know it takes the blue out. I'm assuming it'll take the red out too. Looks like Hunter's got a easy 9-10 here. Okay, it's 1-0 Hunter Lombardo. I hope everybody's having a nice weekend. This is a nice way to spend a holiday weekend.
Absolutely, it's my favorite way to do it. Of course, for years, anytime I'd take the family on a vacation or anything, it would always revolve around some kind of pool event. Turning Stone Casino. Well, we got to visit the family over here in Buffalo.
Yeah.
And pop down to the Turning Stone for a couple of days.
They'll never know the difference.
Rack number 2, Hunter Lombardo will be breaking them.
Has there been any long runs in this tournament yet? Have you heard of any? 'Cause with winter break, a 10 ball, it's
It's a tough business, man. Running many racks at 10 ball. Haven't noticed any. There's been a couple of 2-packs I've noticed.
Yeah. Well, with this caliber of players, you expect at least that.
All right, here we go. Rack number 2, Hunter Lombardo. Well, nobody home. He's got the 1 ball clear here. Alex does. But getting on this 2 ball is going to be a little tricky. Well, I guess not. Got to go, Spanky.
We good to go?
Yeah, no, the 4 ball's got to go.
Well, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Actually, I think it might have went a little too far. What looks like he has an angle to make this ball. It's gonna be tough to get on the 5 though. Looks like he might have just got there. I just moved the 9. Moved about a ½ inch to the right. Well, this looks like the out ball here. If he can get on the 7, he should be out.
Float over between the 9 and 10 here.
He hit that real good. Looks like he can go 2 rails,
Here.
get on the 8, and it's pretty simple from there.
Possibly 3 even.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you. I'm going to step away for just a second.
Sure.
Leave it with you. Be right back.
Well, it looks like a fairly simple out from here. Stop shot, stop shot. Should be 2-0. There it is. It's 2-0 Hunter. Looks like he's playing pretty good. A couple safety errors by Alex cost him, but I'm sure he'll tighten that up. Got a pretty good field at this tournament. A lot of high-class players. I'm looking at the loser side matches, and there's some pretty high-class players on the one-loss side. That just shows the strength of this tournament. Looks like we got another dry break, another tough shot on the 1. Well, looks like he left distance. Looks like Hunter can make this ball. Pretty wide open table from there. Looks like he missed the one, left a tough shot. Well, he hit that one pretty good. He looks like he's got a safe behind the 9. He's got left a one-rail kick. It looks like he might go to the right side of the 9, try to make the 1. Well, this is Alex's opportunity. He's been playing safe almost every game, and now he's got his chance to run out. Looks like a pretty wide open table. This looks like the key shot of the rack. Looks like he can go in between the 6 and the 7 ball. Got a pretty nice kiss off the there. Got pretty good on the 3. He needs to find a window here. I don't think he got one. Looks like he's hooked behind the 9. Gonna have to kick this pretty hard to try to kick it in and get a shot on the 5. Just missed that ball. Give Hunter another opportunity to have a pretty wide open layout. Gotta watch out for the 8 ball here. Oh. He might have got around the 7. Can't tell if he can make the 5 or not. Looks like he might be trying to play a crossbank here. Yep. Well, he hit it with good speed. He got safe. Two-way shot. Looks like Alex is going to have to kick off the side rail. Well, he made a good hit. Made it in the side, and looks like he has a shot on the 6. Hit that ball real good. It should be out from here. Looks like a fairly simple layout. Roll a 7 in the side, 8 in the corner. 9 in the corner, 10 in the corner. Oh, you got kind of a funny angle. Looks like you might have to play the 9 on the side here. Hit that ball real good. Got perfect on the 9. Draw it back a few inches or pop off the side rail and should be out. Well, Alex got out that rack. It's now 2-1. Looks like we got a pretty good match going here. Oh no. Well, let's see if somebody can make a ball on the break. There hasn't been one yet. Looks like these tables are breaking kind of tough. Well, unfortunately, he made a ball, but he also made the cue ball. And it looks like a fairly open rack. There really isn't a problem ball here. It's, I think I would call this a Cosmo. Only came out kind of long on the 7. Excuse me, on the 3. Like he might have to go 2 or 3 rails and out. Well, looks like he hooked himself on the 4 ball. He's got a tough 1 rail kick. He got a fortunate roll off the kick, hit it pretty good, left Alex a tough shot. Looks like all he can do is play safe from here. Alex was trying to put the cue ball behind the 8 there. Didn't hit it thin enough. Can't tell if the 4 goes past the 10 or not. It's a real tough combo if he's going to try that. The way he's cueing it, looks like the 4 ball goes. And it did. And it should be fairly simple from here. Wow, nobody expected him to miss that ball. Just shows you that these tables play pretty tough, and you can't take anything for granted. He did leave him tough. Looks like he might be just trying to leave him on the end rail here. Oh, he went for it. He hit it a little hard. Left Hunter a pretty easy shot on the 8. Hunter hit that ball real good. Looks like it's going to be 3-1. There we go. It's 3-1 Hunter. Got Jay Helford sitting next to me. I'd like to thank him for running this beautiful tournament. He does a great job. That one's free. I'll put the next one on your tab, Jay. Make Jay feel too good. He might not be able to fit in the door. Got some pretty good matches this morning. Looks like we have Oscar playing Parika. Not sure what the score is. Got Wayne Poland playing Max Eberly. And there's a few other matches I can't quite tell what's going on. Looks like we got another scratch on the break and another fairly open table. Like he needs to draw past the side here unless he shoots us in the corner. And looks like he might have hooked himself behind the 8. That was wrong, but he did miss the ball. And he left Hunter a kick. Well, it's an unfortunate scratch for Hunter there. Table is still wide open. Alex is a favorite to run out from here. Looks like Alex hit that 5 ball real good. Got an angle on the 6 to pop out for the 7. Hit that 6 ball real good. Looks like he got perfect on the 7. Might have to go 2 or 3 rails to get on the 8. Oh, wow. Missed that 7 ball pretty bad, but left him real tough. Hunter played a real nice safe there. Used inside English to kill the cue ball. Alex might be able to see the edge of the 7. It's real close. Well, looks like he left Hunter tough here. Don't think there's much of an offensive shot. Looks like he has to try to play safe behind the 10. Probably send the 7 down table. That's what he did. And Alex can see it, but it is definitely a tough shot.
Just making it back in. If you're just joining us, this is Ray Hansen, also known as Big Truck, and I'm joined in the booth right now by Spanky79, as many of you from the chat know him. Real name Chris. What's the last name, Chris?
Last name's Fitzgerald.
Chris Fitzgerald.
Not too many people know
Of course,
that, but I guess
anybody,
they do now.
Yeah, don't ask anybody if you know Chris Fitzgerald, because no one does. It's Spanky.
Looks like Alex left a pretty tough shot here for Hunter. This has been a match of taking advantage of mistakes. Really hasn't been too many balls run in a row, but a lot of misses. I think they're both feeling the nerves a little bit, being on the loser side first match.
I'd be getting my hand shoe jumper out right here. Hunter's going for his short cue.
Well, it's a pretty good time to use it. If he can get up 4-1, he's got a pretty good advantage going to 7. The jump coup rule is, it's very controversial for,
Which part?
Well, some people don't like the jump cue. Some people think you should use a full cue. I kind of like this rule. You can use it twice. It gives those people that like to use it the ability to use it, but it also makes them think of when they want to use it, so they don't have to just pull it out anytime they feel fit. And it kind of makes it fair for both sides. It takes the argument out of things. Looks like Hunter hit the ball but missed it. Alex had a shot on the 7, and he should be out here. Tighten this match up a little bit. 3-2.
Yeah, left himself a little awkward on this 8th ball.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of that. He looks like he has a fairly simple run out and then kind of loses his concentration and misses the ball.
Watch the corner. Nice.
Oh, he's good. Still going to have a fairly...
I mean, he'd rather not be that close to the rail,
no,
but hey, he's glad to be at the table.
Exactly. I mean, he'll take it, believe me. I bet if you ask him after this match if he expected to be 3-2 right now with the mistakes he's made, I'm sure he'll be very happy where he's at.
All right, at the end of racket number 5, Alex Laski trailing now 3-2 behind Hunter Lombardo.
Are they using? It looks like they're using the deuce and 3 in the corner rule, mandatory racking.
Yes, exactly. So you've got the 1, 2, and 3 on the all the outer corners there.
For those of you that have played rotation, that's basically how they rack a rotation rack. They put all the high numbers in the middle and all the low numbers on the outside. Makes it harder to make the higher number balls. Looks like we have yet another dry break. And Hunter, looks like he can cut this one in. It's going to be tough to control the cue ball. With 2 balls in the middle of the table, I think it goes past the 5. He got pretty good on this too. Just roll it in the side, get on the 3. It's like 3 to the 4 is the problem ball here. Gets good on the 4. It's a fairly simple rack from there. That's what you call pocket speed, folks.
Well, there's some clutter, but he's really got a nice layout here.
Yes, he does. If he can get good on this 4 to pop out for the 5, he should be out.
That's about as good as you can get on that 4 ball.
I've said should be out probably 6 times this match, and I don't think either one of them's got out yet, so I guess I should probably stop saying that. Maybe they'll run out.
What's the announcer jinx
I'm
there?
telling you. It's almost as good as me putting a bet on somebody. Did they have a Calcutta at all for this tournament?
No.
They didn't. Okay.
No. Are there any tournaments in California that have them?
I believe the Swanee has a Calcutta. That's our big tournament. They usually have it here.
No, a lot of states, so they have to refer to them as players' auctions.
Yes.
Now, and then we call them in Texas. We call them players' meetings.
Yes.
Advanced players' meetings.
Yes, we also have the one-on-one tournaments, which are actually gambling matches, but we refer to them as one-on-one tournaments with a buy-in.
Right.
Just
well, that's really
for legal reasons.
Really, what it is.
Yes, exactly what it is.
A 2-man game of skill.
Exactly.
It's when the rail starts getting into it.
Yes. That never happens in pool. There's never rail bets. What are you talking about? Well, looks like Hunter is negotiating this table quite well.
Right. He got a nice angle to come back 3 rails for the 10 ball.
Yes, he does. As long as he avoids the corner pocket, he should be fine. Did I get him? Wow.
Okay. Spanky, you might just have to be quiet.
I'm telling you. Don't let these guys see this recording, please. They're going to get mad at me. Well, see, I didn't get him.
There you go. Yeah, he was okay. Yeah, I was about to say, too, that most of these top players on that shot would bring the cue ball around to, like, the center of the side rail.
Yes,
between the
try to play
pockets.
to the second diamond.
Yeah, second diamond. And then I didn't say it, and he flows it right down to the corner.
Yes, of course. Of course.
All right, Hunter Lombardo now leading 4-2 over Alex Laski. If you're just joining us, this is Ray Hansen, also known as Big Truck, and I'm joined in the booth right now by Chris Fitzgerald. Most of you know him as Spanky79 from the internet chat rooms. Joins us on a lot of the streams. Glad you're able to join us.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you having me. It's a lot easier to join all these streams when you're stuck at home. But it actually is kind of enjoyable to be able to sit at home and not be bored out of your mind. You can watch your stream and all the others out there. It's a heck of a lot better than having to travel 3,000 miles to see a tournament.
Yeah, it's amazing the amount of pool we're able to watch these days.
Well, we finally have our first ball made on the break without a scratch. And of course, no shot on the one.
Right, no shot on the one. It's a tough game.
I'm telling you. That extra ball makes such a big difference. Everybody thinks, oh, 9 ball, 10 ball, hey, it's just an extra ball. But that diamond to the triangle pattern makes such a big difference on the break. And 9 ball, you're in a race to 7, you may not ever shoot. 10 ball, it's very unlikely. Well, he had a pretty good combo, but 1 ball's in a real tough spot. I don't even know if he can hit the edge of it. He had a real good hit there. Put him behind the 2.
Very nice.
I think he took the 1 rail away. The 3 ball's in the way there. He has a real tough 1 railer off the right rail. He's got to spin this ball to miss the 8, miss the 2.
Nice hit by Alex.
Very good hit. He's begging for that ball to get up table too.
Tell you what, that's really tough to kick at the short rail like that, so close to it.
Yeah, I think he actually had to put some inside on it to kill it, to be able to miss the 8 ball there, or without coming up short. It's no gimme here. I think he can make it, but he might be better off just playing safe here. But I have a feeling he's shooting, and yes, he is. As I thought, he hit the 8, and he's got a real tough shot on the 2. Looks like he might be able to thin the 2 and send the cue ball down the long rail behind the 9 and the 10. It's tough to tell on the screen. If not, I think he can 2-rail the 2 ball down, table down by the 8.
Or he could just bank it in the side pocket.
You can do that too. Well, they aren't playing any crazy rules of having to call shot and things like that, so you can play the 2-way shot like that, which you're right, he did, and he still got safe.
Well, wait a minute.
Well, maybe he didn't.
Yeah, looks like
He left a tough shot.
Yeah, Alex has an opportunity here just to maybe draw it back, maybe 6 inches, and he'll have a shot on the 3 ball.
Either that or he can follow it, but I can't tell what kind of angle he has. Looks like he's drawing it. Wow. Nice stroke.
Very nice.
You got perfect on that ball. Oh, wow. Overcut it.
Tough break.
Well, they left him jacked up, but the ball's hanging in the jaws. Hunter hit that ball real good. Looks like he got perfect on the 4 ball. Well, looks like Hunter's probably out from here. Got straight in on the 5.
No trouble.
No, none at all. I think he left himself a little angle. He'll pop up for the 9.
Yeah, not much. I mean, he got way straighter than I would have liked to have been on this 8 ball. I thought he could have just done a stop shot right there on that 7 ball.
Yeah, I think he didn't want to be jacked up by the 10. Oh, wow. He tried to force it in. It bobbled. Alex has got another opportunity to tighten this matchup again.
Sure, I think he would have been in a lot better shape with a little more angle. He wouldn't have had to try to force that in so much.
For sure. Either that or just trying to draw out instead of following out. Looks like he came up a little short, too.
The additional angle on the 8 ball, he could have easily just came right out for the 9 in the side pocket.
Yes, definitely.
So, Hunter, I'm referring to. Alex here looks like he's got a very nice opportunity to...
Well, that ball better hurry up. Or slow down, one of the two. Well, he's right on the 50-yard line. As you can tell, he's not happy. Looks like he might be banking this ball. And he hit it real good. Not the traditional way of getting out, but it counts nonetheless. Like it's 4-3 Hunter Lombardo. A pretty good match here. Nice way to start the day.
A lot of hill matches here on the stream table this event.
Race to 7 is such a short race. You know, a 2-game lead is huge. So, like this game here, 4-4 and 5-3 is such a big difference going to 7. Is this your first time in California?
No, it isn't. Of course, previous to this, it was LAX only.
Boy, that's a joy. Yeah, I was glad to, I was coming down the 5, and it's notoriously backed up, and it was Sunday afternoon. It was actually fairly open. So it was actually an enjoyable ride down here. But any word of advice, stay off the 405 at all costs. Oh, looks like we got another pretty good break, but nothing goes down. These tables been breaking this stuff all week?
They have.
Or all weekend, I should say.
Yes, they have. Not many balls going down on the snap.
Oh, I hate to snitch on them, but it looks like somebody snuck in a blue cube.
Oh yeah, where do you see that at?
Oh, on this table, it looks like looks like somebody's using blue chalk.
Okay.
Both tips look blue, but I don't blame them.
You know, if you chalk properly, you would never get any chalk on the table.
I agree.
Well, it would stay on the tip where it belongs.
But I think the reason they're using that rule is mainly for, it's really meant for amateurs and things like that. But,
I see a lot of the top players chalking improperly as well. It's not, you wouldn't think. I think I think one thing that would help pool a lot, and this is strange when I say this, but it's I think it's true. If they would start charging for about $3 a cube for chalk, I think people would start chalking properly.
I agree.
And we wouldn't have near as much chalk all over the tables.
There are actually some cubes out there that cost you $3 a piece.
Right, Blue Diamond. I play with it.
Do you enjoy it?
I do.
I hope so for $3 a cube.
Yeah, and it does stay. It stays right where you put it.
Looks like we got a tough combo here, and he did miss it, but he didn't leave much. Looks like Alex is going to have to play safe here, unless he wants to get real aggressive, but on these pockets, it's probably not the right shot.
Luckily, try to tuck that cue ball in behind the 8 and 9 over there. Might be a tall order, though.
Yeah, he might be better off trying to put it behind the 6-7. Well, we will see what he comes up with. And he did try to go behind 8-9, and he went right between them. Wow, that's tough to do. It's actually a pretty tough roll. 3 balls about an inch off the bottom rail, so he can cut it in. He's going to have to go up and down to get on the 4. I think he's going to come up a little short. Going to have to draw this off the side rail. Might be able to cut it in the left pocket also. It's hard to tell. Just depends on your style. If you like hitting the ball hard, you cut it in the right side. But he chose to cut it in the left pocket.
Snuck it in.
Yes, he did. But from here, as long as that 6 goes in past the 7, which looks like it does, it looks like a fairly simple layout. We're starting to get a crowd in here. A lot of the later match players are showing up, and the rail's starting to fill up. Looks like we got a pretty good turnout.
Right, immediately following this match, we'll be starting the winner's side.
Do we know what our next match is?
Do not.
Do not.
We'll be
Okay.
finding that out shortly, and also going to check to see if the brackets are updated and get that information for you all on the internet. Seems those are the shots you got to really be careful with on these tables. With the 4-inch pockets down the rails have been a little more sensitive.
Well, I believe they're shimmed and not cut rails, so that also contributes to the rattle.
Right.
If you if you get the at hard times, they have the rails cut without shims, so they rattle a little less when you hit balls down the rail because you're going right into the rail. There's no shim there. But he seemed to manage quite well. 5-3, that makes a pretty big lead.
Yes, it does. We'll be right back. All right, we're back to the action. Hunter Lombardo won that last rack, and he will be taking the lead 5-3 now over Alex Laski. And if you're just tuning in, this is Ray Hansen, also known as Big Truck. We're here at Hollywood Billiards in Hollywood, California, for the Seminole Pro Tour stop. And joining me in the booth right now is Chris Fitzgerald, also known as Spanky79.
Yes, thanks for having me. This is enjoyable. Looks like another dry break. Looks like the theme of the day. Like Alex left himself an angle here. He might have to go around these 3 balls or 4 balls to get on the 3 ball. Doesn't look like an easy shot. Looks like he hit it real well though. Well, got kind of unfortunate to run into it. Looks like he might have to play safe. Played that shot with good speed.
No rail.
He hit it right into the rail to get down there.
That's true.
He had to get a rail.
That's true, my bad.
Well, it does look like he left him the edge. He might be able to thin it and bring the cue ball back down table. Hit a little thick, but yeah, he left him a window, I believe. Well, maybe not. Cue ball kept rolling.
close.
Looks like this cloth plays a little faster than people made it out to be. Everybody said it's real slow, but it seems to play pretty quick.
Yeah, it plays nice. So I have no complaints with the play of the table. We played for several hours on Thursday night.
Well, you were able to hit balls on these tables?
Yeah, we played for several hours.
I noticed, I looked the other day and you had a recording of Stevie and Raphael. Were they gambling or was that just hitting balls around?
They were playing race to 7 for 100.
Oh, okay.
But just to keep warmed up and get in the groove.
Well, that's nice. You were able to set up your equipment and make sure everything was working the night before. So.
Right.
I watched the stream yesterday. It looked like things were going quite well. I only got to see the last match. I went out and hit some balls with a friend of mine, and I got home, and it was in the middle of the Paprika match, and it happened to be the last match of the night. So
Right.
it's kind of nice that they do that for the room owner to let them have the tables for rent at a fairly decent time on the first night. You know, it's a lot of people don't understand what it takes to run, to have a tournament like this, and sometimes it can cost the room owner money if they don't get the right, amount of people in the door, and if you have tables taken up all night long, it takes away from your customer base. So it's nice that they run the tournament that way.
Yeah, they've got a lot of tables here. I don't even know how many they have, but there's a lot. A lot of them are upstairs.
From what I understand, this place is fairly busy most of the time. Well, the prices aren't, they're Hollywood prices. Table time's a little steep, but...
What's really cool is all the little, living room cubbies set up all over the place. There must be 8 or 10, maybe even more, little casual seating areas that you can go and hang out and watch TV.
Yeah, it's kind of like a club atmosphere. They got it, little nooks that you can go and relax, and instead of just sitting there playing pool all night long, you can go and have a drink and sit down and have something to eat. It's actually a pretty good concept.
Look at this. Tough break out right up on top of 7 ball there.
Yeah, that was a tough shot. Looks like you might be able to thin it and send it to the in rail. Maybe spin the cue ball down past this 8 and 9.
That's Jose Barrica playing in the background with Oscar Dominguez.
Well, he hit that ball fairly well from where he was. Looks like he left the edge. Looks like we might have a little safety battle going on here. Wow, couldn't hit that one much thinner than that.
That was a great shot.
I think he moved it just enough to not leave an edge.
I'm just looking at it like you might be able to spin it off the end rail.
Yeah, he might be able to kick into it.
Yeah, get underneath it possibly.
It's a matter of controlling the cue ball from there.
Right.
Either way, it's not a very easy shot. This is where your 3-cushion experience comes in. It's only a 1 or 2 rail shot, but those angles are well, looks like you might have left a window here.
He's got a window.
Yeah, looks like it goes straight in. Stop the cue ball. Looks like we might have a long first match.
If you're just tuning in, this is Ray Hansen, also known as Big Truck, joining the booth right now by Chris Fitzgerald, also known as Spanky 79, or Spanky as his friends refer to him as.
Yeah, I've had the name for about 25 years, so I guess I'm going to keep it. I actually looked like Spanky from the Little Rascals when I was 5. Got it from my kindergarten teacher, and it's stuck ever since. I walked into a pool room, and I told them my nickname, and it's never gone away.
They said, that's a good one.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
From now on, you're Spanky.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. People used to call the house and ask for me, and my mom, who's that? And it took her a few years to realize they were talking about me. But
she didn't see the Spanky in you?
She did, but, I was still, they always want to use your real name. That's what they gave it to you for, so.
It's a tester here.
Yes, it is. He left himself quite tough. Wow. I know he's not happy with where he left himself with the 9-ball there. But he might have left a tough shot here. Well, he can either cut this in the side or play safe. It's kind of tough to tell.
I like the bank, too.
Yeah, the bank's there also. I think if he cuts it, if he misses it, he's a lot better to get safe from there. So the cue ball comes back towards the bottom rail, but it's hard to tell how much angle there is. It's a pretty big game, so he's definitely taking his time. And you're right, he fired the bank.
Fired
Center
it.
pocket.
Nice shot.
Very nice shot.
He played it to make it all the way, too.
Oh, yes.
Where he put the cue ball. If he missed that, he was selling the ranch.
Well, that puts him on the hill, 6-3.
Someone from the internet chat room there was asking if Gary from Temecula is playing.
No, he's not. He's actually a friend of mine. He has family obligations this weekend, so he decided to stay home.
Three now. Hunter Lombardo leading Alex Laski. Rack number 10, Hunter Lombardo breaking.
Well, let's see if he can make a ball on the break. It's been a fairly tough thing to do in this set. And looks like another 7-ball just fell. Okay. They also made the 2-ball. Yet again, no shot on the 1. Looks like a safety coming. Now, Ray, do you know if they're using the phenolic tip rule or not? It looked like he had a black ferrule. I didn't know if it was phenolic or not. It didn't sound like it.
I don't believe so. Not positive, but I don't think that's a rule for this event.
Safe behind the 8-ball. Hit it real good. This might be a time for Alex to bring out his jump cue.
No, he's kicking at it.
Looks like our next match is going to be Corey Duell and James Roberts.
Yeah, good match. These two know each other well. James Roberts out of the Florida area. Corey Duell from Ohio, of course.
Well, it's just come to my attention that Michelle Monk is watching. I would like to say hello.
Yeah, Michelle's awesome. Helps us out on the show many times.
Well, it looks like Hunter just made the 110. It's got we got a winner, 7-3 Hunter Lombardo.
All right, folks, we're going to have our next match starting up. It's going to be about 15 or 20 minutes at 1:30 is the scheduled time. It'll be Corey Duell and James Roberts. So tune in. It's going to be an awesome match. James Roberts is playing really hot right now. And, of course, Corey Duell, about as steady as they come.
Yeah, I watched him play a lot in Vegas, and he's hitting the ball real well.
It's going to be a good one. A winner side match, too. So stay with us. We'll be back shortly.